Your phone didn't buzz, but you felt it. You reach for it anyway, your hand moving before your mind can intervene. This phantom vibration, this ghost in your pocket, reveals something profound about the human condition, something a slave in ancient Rome understood better than most free people today. You are being controlled, not by chains or walls, but by something far more subtle. Your own impressions, your own reactions, the very thoughts you believe are yours. Epictetus spent his life in bondage, first to a master who could buy and sell his body, then to philosophy which taught him something his master never could: how to be free. Every algorithm is built on a principle Epictetus discovered 2,000 years ago. We are not disturbed by things, but by our judgments about things. Facebook knows this. Instagram knows this. TikTok has built billion-dollar empires on this truth. They don't control your time by forcing you to look. They control it by crafting the impression that you need to look. The red notification bubble, the fear of missing out, the dopamine hit of a like. These aren't accidents. They are precision instruments designed to exploit the gap between what happens and how you interpret what happens. But here's what the algorithm makers don't want you to know. That gap, that space between stimulus and response, belongs to you. Some things are within our power, Epictetus wrote, while others are not. This is where all freedom begins. Within our power are our opinions, our desires, our aversions. In short, whatever is our doing. Not within our power are our body, our property, our reputation, our position. In short, whatever is not our doing. You scroll through social media and see someone's perfect vacation photos. The photos are not up to you. But your judgment about those photos, your feeling of inadequacy, your sudden dissatisfaction with your own life, those impressions are entirely yours, and therefore entirely within your power to change. This is not positive thinking. This is precision. The surgical separation of what you can control from what you cannot. Your phone has become the modern tyrant, not because it forces you to obey, but because you have never learned to examine your obedience. You feel it buzz and immediately reach for it. No thought, no choice, just reaction. This is what Epictetus called being deceived. It is not events that disturb people, he taught his students, but their judgments on events. The text message is just data, pixels on a screen. But the impression that you must respond immediately, that this message might contain something urgent, something that will make you happy or solve your problems, that impression is where your freedom goes to die. And it's exactly where your freedom can be reborn. Epictetus lived under the absolute power of others. His master could beat him, sell him, even kill him. Yet, he developed a philosophy of unshakable freedom. How? He realized that the only true power anyone has over you is the power you give them. When your boss sends an angry email, they cannot make you feel diminished. When someone cuts you off in traffic, they cannot make you rage. When your ex posts happy photos with someone new, they cannot make you feel worthless. These are all impressions, and impressions can be examined, questioned, and ultimately discarded. Remember, Epictetus taught that it is not enough to be hit or insulted to be harmed. You must believe that you are being harmed. If someone succeeds in provoking you, realize that your mind participated in the provocation. Every notification is a test of your inner citadel. Will you respond from choice or from compulsion? The notification appears, your heart rate increases slightly, your attention fractures. You tell yourself it might be important, it might be urgent, it might be... But what you're really experiencing is the ancient patterns Epictetus warned against. The confusion, between what is yours and what is not yours. The notification is not yours. The urgency you feel is yours. The content of the message is not yours. Your interpretation of that content is yours. Your freedom lives in that distinction. In learning to pause between the trigger and the response, to examine the impression before you obey it. When you wake up in the morning, Epictetus advised, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. This isn't pessimism. It's preparation. He's training you to examine your impressions before they examine you. Your phone buzzes. Instead of reaching immediately, you pause. You ask, what impression is this creating in me? Am I responding from wisdom or from conditioning? From choice or from habit? This pause, this tiny gap between stimulus and response, is where your humanity lives. It's where your freedom lives. And it's exactly what every algorithm is designed to eliminate. Everything feels urgent until you examine it. The work email that must be answered immediately, the social media drama you need to understand, the news that you have to read right now. But urgency is almost always an impression, not a reality. Don't be deceived, Epictetus warned, by the impressions of fame, wealth, or power. Today he might add, don't be deceived by the impressions of urgency, connectivity, or relevance. Most of what feels urgent is designed to feel urgent. The red notification badge, the breaking news alert, the limited time offer. These create artificial scarcity of attention. But your attention is not scarce, it's precious. And precious things deserve to be guarded. Epictetus called it your inner citadel, that place within you that cannot be touched by external forces. It exists in the space between what happens to you and how you choose to respond. This citadel has walls, but they're not made of stone. They're made of examined impressions, conscious choices, deliberate responses. When someone insults you on social media, they cannot enter your citadel unless you open the gates. When you don't get the promotion you wanted, disappointment cannot conquer your peace unless you allow it inside. No one can harm you, Epictetus taught, without your permission. Your citadel is impregnable, but only if you remember it exists. Your brain releases dopamine, not when you get what you want, but when you expect to get what you want. This is why slot machines are addictive. This is why you refresh your email. This is why you can't put your phone down. Variable reward schedules hijack your expectation system. But Epictetus understood this pattern before neuroscience had a name for it. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, he said, but in having few wants. Every notification is training you to want, to expect, to crave, to need what you don't have. Breaking free means recognizing the difference between genuine desire and manufactured craving, between what you actually value and what you've been programmed to pursue. They steal your judgments by making you believe they're not judgments, that your emotional reactions are facts, that your impressions are reality. You see a photo of your friend's expensive dinner and feel poor, but you're not poor because of their dinner. You judge yourself as poor compared to their dinner. You read a political post and feel angry, but the post doesn't contain anger. You judge the post as worthy of anger. Remember, Epictetus taught, that you are an actor in a play, which is as the playwright wants it to be. You cannot control the play, but you can control how you perform your role. And your performance begins with recognizing when you're performing someone else's script instead of your own. Your attention is being sold while you're not looking, packaged, commoditized, and auctioned to the highest bidder. But attention merchants rely on a crucial misconception that your attention belongs to them. Epictetus would have laughed at this idea. "No one can control your attention but you," he might have said, "and anyone who tells you otherwise is selling something." Every algorithm depends on your unconscious participation, on your willingness to mistake their priorities for your own, their urgency for your importance, their engagement for your fulfillment. But consciousness breaks the spell. The moment you recognize that your attention is being harvested, you can choose whether to let the harvest continue. No is a complete sentence. No is a complete philosophy. No is the foundation of all freedom. Epictetus spent years learning to say no to his master's demands on his spirit, even when he couldn't refuse his body's servitude. "You may bind my leg," he once told his master, "but not even Zeus can overcome my will." Your phone demands your attention. You can say no. Social media demands your comparison. You can say no. The news demands your outrage. You can say no. Every no to external demands is a yes to internal sovereignty. Every boundary you set with technology is a wall you build around your inner citadel. When an impression arises in your mind, Epictetus instructed, examine it, test it, ask whether it aligns with your values or merely with your impulses. This is not theory. This is daily practice, hour by hour, impression by impression. You feel the urge to check social media. Stop. Examine the impression. What am I hoping to find? What am I afraid of missing? Is this impulse serving my goals or hijacking them? You feel angry at a comment someone made online. Stop. Examine the impression. Why does this stranger's opinion have power over my peace? What if I simply let it pass? This is not suppression. This is selection. Choosing which impressions deserve your energy and which deserve your indifference. Epictetus discovered something his master never knew, that the person who thinks they control you is often more enslaved than you are. Your master is enslaved to their need for control. You can be free by relinquishing the illusion that you need to be controlled. The algorithms that manipulate your behavior are themselves prisoners. Prisoners of engagement metrics, of advertising revenue, of the endless hunger for more. But you can step outside this system entirely. Remember that you are an actor in a play, Epictetus taught. If the play is short, then it's short. If it's long, then it's long. If the playwright assigns you the role of a poor person, play that role skillfully. The playwright of your inner life is you, not your phone, not the algorithm, not the endless stream of other people's urgencies. You. Don't seek to have events happen as you want them to, Epictetus taught. Instead, want events as they happen, and your life will go well. This sounds like surrender. It's actually the opposite. It's the most radical form of control possible. You cannot control whether your post gets likes, but you can control whether you need likes to feel worthy. You cannot control what others think of you, but you can control whether their thoughts determine your self-image. You cannot control the news, but you can control how much of your mental real estate you rent to events beyond your influence. This discipline, wanting what happens instead of happening what you want, breaks every chain that doesn't exist. And most of our chains don't exist. They're just impressions we've mistaken for reality. No one can take your freedom, Epictetus realized, because freedom was never something that could be given or taken. Freedom is your natural state. What can be taken are the illusions of freedom, The illusion that happiness comes from external validation. The illusion that security comes from constant information. The illusion that connection comes from digital engagement. When you strip away these illusions, what remains is startling. You don't need to check your phone to know you're worthy. You don't need to scroll through feeds to feel connected. You don't need notifications to know what's important. What you need is what you've always had. The ability to choose your response to whatever life presents. This ability cannot be hacked, cannot be sold, cannot be taken away. It can only be forgotten or remembered. Freedom is not a destination, it's a practice. Every day you choose again. Every impression you examine again. Every notification you respond from choice rather than conditioning. Begin each day, Epictetus suggested, by preparing your mind for the trials it will face. Not in pessimism, but in readiness. Today, you will encounter design distractions. You will feel artificial urgency. You will be invited to surrender your attention to other people's priorities. And in each moment, you will have a choice. To respond consciously or unconsciously. From wisdom or from conditioning. From freedom or from habit. This choice, renewed again and again, is your daily liberation. Your ongoing rebellion against anything that would make you less than fully human. At your center lives something that cannot be disturbed, cannot be manipulated, cannot be bought or sold or traded or stolen. Epictetus called it your capacity for choice, your ability to examine impressions, your power to align your actions with your values rather than your impulses. This core remains steady whether your phone is buzzing or silent, whether you have 1,000 followers or none, whether the news is good or catastrophic. You are not your thoughts, he taught. You are the one who observes your thoughts. You are not your emotions. You are the one who experiences your emotions. You are not your circumstances. You are the one who responds to your circumstances. This observer, this chooser, this responder, is who you really are. And it has been free all along. Your phone sits silent now, not because it's broken, but because you've remembered something profound. Something a slave knew that his master did not. That the only prison that can hold you is the one you build with your own unexamined impressions. That the only freedom worth having is the freedom to choose your response to whatever life presents. That everything else, every notification, every algorithm, every attempt to capture your attention is just noise. Background static in the deeper song of your own becoming. Don't explain your philosophy, Epictetus advised. Embody it. Your philosophy now is simple. You belong to yourself. Your attention is yours to give, not theirs to take. Your peace is yours to guard, not theirs to disturb. Your choices are yours to make, not theirs to program. This is the echo that has been calling to you across 2,000 years. The voice of a slave who found perfect freedom in the most unlikely place, in the sovereignty of his own mind. These are the echoes of Epictetus, and they were always meant for you.